Welcome into Ride the Line, the greatest podcast in sports betting entertainment. My name is Tanner Kern. I'm a certified G and a bona fide stud, and you can't teach that. And if you're noticing, Grant Mitchell is not here this morning, but he's still grinding for you because he's come down with a cold, and you can't teach that. Bada boom, man, the people in the room. How you doing? Welcome in to a Monday edition of Ride the Line. And we are riding today because we went undefeated on Friday, and we will keep that going today. Mark my words. I've been in the lab all weekend. I've been studying the lines, the odds, the shifts, the movements, everything you need to know. I'm working hard for the people, and the people need to work hard for me right now. I press the subscribe button. It's not that hard, people. It's not rocket science. It has never been rocket science. Just press the subscribe button. Smash it right now, and I guarantee you will be a happier person because you get the picks on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays from the Ride the Line crew when you press that subscribe button. We have a ton of fun stuff coming up with football season right around the corner. But anyways, it's a great day. We get to go MLB picks for you guys, and we got 3 of them for today. So what are we waiting for? Let's just get right into it. Red Sox had a terrible weekend. They were swept by the Toronto Blue Jays. They looked atrocious. It was terrible to watch. They entered the weekend 2 games down in the wild card race. The final wild card spot, they got swept. They're probably 5 games back right now. I don't even want to think about that. But anyways, they're not that good. But when Brian Bayo is on the mound, they are good. He's had a quality start in 9 of his past 10 starts. He's gone over 5 2/3 innings, which is a prop on DraftKings in 9 of his past 10 starts. The man knows how to pitch, and he's going to go against the Kansas City Royals, who don't have that electric of an offense by any means today. Bayo's 8-6 with 3.79 ERA and 1.24 WHIP, 102 innings. Doesn't have elite strikeout ability. Is not a great strikeout guy, but since his first month in the show, he's really locked in, really started to develop, and he is probably the ace of this pitching staff. Going against Cole Ragans, 3-3 at the 4.33 and 1.36 WHIP for the Kansas City Royals. Again, the Royals are a pesky team, but when you look at them on the road, 15-41 this season, that's just not going to cut it in any way whatsoever. I know they were on a massive heater, I should say. They were on a massive heater. They were beaten twice by the Philadelphia Phillies in a 3-game series this weekend. But prior to that, they won 7 games in a row. The 7 games in a row is not the Royals that we know and love. That's not what we see out of the Royals consistently. So I'm not really going to go off that. I'm going to say they're back on that slide a little bit. They're 23 games back in the American League Central, which is the worst division in baseball. This team's a joke. Red Sox minus 1.5. I don't love taking run lines at home, but in this spot, you kind of have to. I think we're going to see a bounce back from Boston based on what they did this weekend. And if they have any heart and any fight, we will see a bounce back. So take the Red Sox minus 1.5 here. I don't think you'll be too disappointed with that, especially after their 13-1 loss to the Blue Jays yesterday. What a freaking joke. Anyways, next play here. Got another play. Smash the subscribe button, though. Dodgers on the money line. We're riding with the Dodgers on the money line in this spot. This has been a very interesting series to watch. The Dodgers have won 2 of 3 games, and realistically, they were in line to win that second game. They gave up 7 runs in the 7th or 8th inning of that one. That is what blew it. Then they lost 8-3. So they were in a position to win that game as well. And they've been in a position pretty much dominating the series the entire time. Padres 55-57. They're still on the cusp of a wild card spot. They could get in no problem. The National League, I just don't. It's hard to say. The National League, in my mind, is the Braves and the Dodgers. The American League is a little more wide open, but the Braves and the Dodgers are the 2 best teams. I think the Dodgers have shown that consistently. Tony Gonsolin's going to go. He has not been good recently. I will say that. If you look at Tony Gonsolin recently, he's coming off a really good start against the Oakland Athletics. But what does that mean? Prior to that, he had a 5-inning start against the Blue Jays where he gave up 5 earned runs. Then he had a 5-inning start against the Rangers where he gave up 4 earned. He had a pretty good start against the Mets, and then a 6.2-inning start where he gave up 4 runs. So the home runs have been the massive issue. He's given up 6 home runs in his past 5 games. The walks have been relatively high in his past 3, and he's been very inconsistent from a strikeout perspective. So that's just something to note there. But anyways, Tony Gonsolin, we're going to trust in him today. Going against Seth Lugo, 4-5 with a 3.54 ERA and a 1.19 WHIP. He's got 89 innings on the mound this season, 87 hits, 88 strikeouts, 12 home runs allowed. Lugo's been pretty good, but overall, this Dodgers offense has just dominated the San Diego Padres. They have 179 homers compared to the Padres with 146. They're slugging 50 points higher. They're batting 10 points higher. Their OBP is 10 points higher, and they have a better pitching staff. So that's what it comes down to. I mean, the bullpen for the Dodgers has been shaky at times, but, I will trust Tony Gonsolin, and you get the ball to the bullpen today. I think they win. And for a dog price for the Dodgers today, minus 105, you can get them at. Compared to the Padres at minus 120, definitely worth taking in my mind. So 2 picks so far. We got Red Sox minus 1.5 and then Dodgers on the money line, guys. And make sure to subscribe to the channel before we get into this final pick, guys. We have a lot of fun stuff planned for football season, a ton of fun stuff. If you're not taking it in, what are you doing, guys? Get down there in the comments, subscribe, drop who you're taking, and let's get into this final pick for today's action. Overall, guys, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't love the card today. Like, I'm not saying my card, I like my picks, but I don't love the whole slate, the Monday slate today. I don't think there's that much value in it. But this is a game that I do really like here. The New York Mets were sellers at the deadline. We know that. Tickets, I got the ESPN app up in front of me. It says tickets as low as $3 on Vivid Seats for this game. That just tells you everything you need to know. The New York Mets were expected to be the Giants of baseball. They were expected to be the top dogs, and they just totally, absolutely freaking collapsed, right? They sold away everyone. They don't look good. And they're going to face the Cubs, and you're getting the Cubs for plus money today. You can get them for plus 105 on DraftKings, I believe plus 102 on FanDuel. So make sure you line shop there. A little bit better value on DK today. But the Cubs, they had a pretty good weekend. They actually beat the Braves in 2 or 3 games. They're one of the best offenses in baseball right now since the All-Star break. They're hitting very well. Don't have a great wing on the mound in Drew Smyly today, but the offense should be able to overcome that. Smyly is 8-7 with a 4.71 ERA and a 1.35 WHIP. I'll say this: he's serviceable. He's not a guy that I want to bet on every day of the week, but he's serviceable. The walks are the biggest issue, and the home runs. 37 walks and 21 homers allowed in 112 innings. And then going against Kodai Senga, 7-6, 3.25 ERA with a 1.29 WHIP. He has not been that good for the Mets, so let's not get it twisted. In my mind, he's not that much better than what we're getting out of Drew Smyly. I don't think we're going to see that. But the offense for the Chicago Cubs is a lot better than the New York Mets. New York Mets haven't won in – New York Mets haven't won in 6 games. In the past 3 games, they were outscored 19-6 by the Baltimore Orioles. The Baltimore Orioles put up a 10-spot, 7-spot, and then they won 2-0 in the series finale on Sunday. The Mets offense is not clicking right now. The Cubs are batting .257 as a team. Mets are batting .236 on the year. 574 runs for the Cubs, 480 runs for the Mets. And the home runs are even on both sides, guys. So it just shows that the Cubs are delivering with runners in scoring position and making the plays where the Mets are not. And I think we're going to see that once again today. So for a plus money price on the Cubs, not great on the road, 26-26. The Mets aren't great at home, though, at 26-23. So I'm going to take Chicago in this spot, and we will see what happens. So to recap everything, again, Red Sox minus 1.5, Brian Bayo on the mound. He's been very good, obviously. Red Sox need to bounce back. It's a perfect day to bounce back against the Kansas City Royals, who are 15-41 on the road. You have the Dodgers against the Padres. Anytime I get the Dodgers for dog pricing, I'm going to take that. Tony Gonsolin coming off a good start. Hopefully pitches with some momentum. It's not going to be super easy against Padres lineup that does have a lot of pop, but this Padres lineup has been pretty disappointing overall. And the Dodgers are 30-26 on the road. Padres are 30-27 at home, so pretty even there. And then as we were just talking about the Cubs money line today, one of the hottest offenses in baseball. Don't have a pitching advantage by any means, but a very hot offense going against the New York Mets team that only scored 6 runs over the weekend. They were shut out once, and they gave up 19. So that's everything that you need to know there. But before we sign off here, guys, make sure you subscribe, like, share, do it all. Grant Mitchell is going to be back on Wednesday, so we'll have a little more back and forth there. We'll have 3 more picks, but the people don't want the picks. The people need the picks, and we're still getting on here, giving you guys the picks no matter what, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So make sure you lock in, subscribe to the channel, guys, and we will see you next time for another episode of Ride the Line. Keep riding.